The Thieves of Kara. This is a theory I first developed around Boruto Manga chapter 16, and I made a video about it. You guys might have seen it, you might have not, but that's why I'm making this video. The main premise of this concept is that Kara's inner members each represent a different weakness of personality that inhibits their common sense. Naturally, as the series has progressed a ton since the last time I made this video, it's about time for an update. So, to establish a solid ground before going into further details, the base of this theory was created based upon Kashin Koji's technique being named Samadhi Flames of Truth. Now, the word Samadhi has connections with the Sikhism religion, and as well as the word Kara. So in Sikhism, the word Samadhi refers to a state of meditative consciousness. So continuing, with all these references to Sikhism, I figured that there were possibly some more. This is where I theorized about a connection with the Roman numeral marks on the inner Kara members' faces and kind of tried to put something together with that. So among Sikh practices and disciplines, there are things known as the Five Thieves, or the Five Inner Thieves, which are, and I quote, the 5 major weaknesses of the human personality, and they're known as thieves because they steal a person's common sense. So the 5 thieves are lust, rage, greed, attachment, and conceit. Now I thought about it and wondered, what if each Kara member who wore a Roman numeral mark represented one of the 5 thieves, considering the highest number shown was 5 on the elder member that Kashin Koji defeated. So off bat, I knew that these numbers couldn't symbolize rank or power because the elder Kara member was above Jigen with 5, and Jigen is supposedly the strongest inner Kara member, so it wouldn't make sense for Jigen to be 4 and the elder to be 5 if Jigen's more powerful than him. So I knew that it couldn't really stand for like a pecking order type ranking deal, so I just moved further along the list and looked for a deeper meaning. It also seems like most of the members that have a mark are considered the insider, except for Kawaki. He's not really part of the insiders, but he's just a vessel. But the 5 thieves are often called the 5 inner thieves too. So could this be the reason why Kawaki is a vessel for them? They refer to Kawaki as empty, so do they need an individual who has a certain personality trait in order to fulfill some sort of requirements that they have to do some type of scheme? Like maybe they could be using Kawaki for that purpose, to basically twist him into exactly what they need, considering he's labeled as empty. So let's attach a member to each of the 5 thieves. Now, I initially labeled Delta something different than I originally labeled her in the previous video, but now I'm going to label Delta as the Rage Thief. So Delta is definitely rage, considering how she's let her anger overwhelm all of her actions. And if you read the manga, you can clearly understand where I'm coming from, because you can refer to when Delta smashed an entire table because she was mad about how long Kashin Koji was taking with the vessel. Then more recently, Delta blasted off into Konoha because she was mad at Kashin Koji for taking his time again. So she literally disregarded all covertness during the Hidden Leaf mission just because of how upset she was. Even when Kashin Koji saw her flying by, he noted that that fool is totally out of control. So with that being said, it's really evident that she loses her temper a lot, and just the level of anger that she bundles up is just crazy. Like, she's smashing things on a regular basis whenever she's in panels. So it just makes sense for her to be rage, considering that that was really kind of a weird move from Delta to bum rush the Hidden Leaf Village like that. So I just think that her rage basically blinds her from her common sense. Now, continuing to the next one is Lust. I think that Lust must be one of the members who really has not had his face shown, because of the members that I've analyzed, not really, and the dialogue that I've analyzed, not really any of the Kara members, the inner Kara members, have matched like the kind of Lust description. So I just think that, you know what I'm saying, like, I really can't attach Lust to any of the ones that we've seen so far. Okay, now I'm going to attach Greed to the big Kara members. So when we first got introduced to Kara, we saw like the whole inner squad, and Jigen was basically telling them that the vessel has been lost, and after that each Kara member basically had a response to that and basically show what they thought about the vessel being lost. So I mean, the big guy, he was basically talking about how they spent an exorbitant amount of time and effort on securing the vessel. We gave it our all, stuff like that. So this demonstrates that he feels like he put so much time and effort into this project, and he's so adamant that he just seems like he's sensitive about the time and effort he put into. Now it could be different with the big guy, considering that we don't really have that much dialogue from him, so we still could be figuring out who the actual greed thief is, but from what we have so far, I would just label him as it, you know what I'm saying? So I would really have Jigen as attachment because of how adamant he was about Kawaki, the lost vessel. And he just, all his dialogue seems to be so possessive over Kawaki and just things in that nature. Like, he just seems like he's very attached to Kawaki, and he's like, the vessel could never escape from me, stuff like that. So as these chapters have continued, you really see how important the vessel is to Jigen. Now I'm gonna have the elder Kara member as Conceit, and I would say that he's Conceit because he stays like having a fake sense of superiority towards the other members. He even calls others call him like honorable elder, and he's always snapping at all the other members, and he basically just holds himself to he holds himself on a pedestal. So I just think it's a prime example of like a fake sense of superiority. So now, with that being said, in my research I did figure out as well that in Sikh practices there is also 5 virtues. So basically it's the fundamental qualities that which one should develop. So the 5 virtues are truth, compassion, contentment, humility, and love. So I feel like that Kashin Koji could represent one of the 5 virtues, considering that he really doesn't fit any of the 5 thieves, I would say, and considering that his technique is called the Samadhi Flames of Truth, or the True Flames of Samadhi, it makes sense that he could possibly be the virtue true. And this could make sense of why the honorable elder Conceit and Kashin Koji Truth basically butt heads a lot, considering they're kind of opposites. And so it was essentially a battle of personalities when it came down to that particular instance. So that's really like my short little follow-up on the Thieves of Kara theory. So I mean, let me know what you guys think. Definitely could be reaching, could actually have some merit. I don't really know, but just tell me what you guys think. Definitely with all these chapters that have came out since when I first initially launched this theory, I think that it just provides more evidence towards these characters, some of them just acting really outlandish compared to like a normal agenda. Just like Delta, she really sticks out the most to me, and how she just does stuff based on how angry she is and how crazy mode she is. So just let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. AnimeAnalyst, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. It's been your boy. I'm out of here. Peace.